My name is Melissa and this is my story. When I was 19, I remember getting like a really scary wave of panic, and I'd picked up like a virus, and it took me a really long time to recover, and I just remember being more panicked than normal about that and just experiencing lots of worrying thoughts about my health and what was going on. From there it kind of lay dormant, but then about a year ago things came to a head, and I remember feeling that wave of anxiety come back again. Then one day at church we were at volunteers night, and it was like a night of celebration, everyone was having great fun, but out of nowhere again came that huge wave of panic, this horrible urge to run. I just remember my heart was racing, I couldn't get that to like slow down. All these like scary, invasive thoughts that something awful was happening to me, like I was going to collapse or I was dying, or I don't even know. I had to get a couple of friends to pray with me because the sense of panic was just so overwhelming. I had to get up and lead a song, so they prayed with me and I was fine, and I remember thinking, right, I'll come off here and I'll be okay. I'll just get a good night's sleep and I'll be okay in the morning, but I wasn't. And that's when I knew something wasn't quite right. I went to the doctor, my physical health was absolutely fine, but when I told him about what was going on, he told me that this is definitely anxiety, probably health anxiety, and that you need to do something about it. It came to a point where I had to trust God hour by hour, day by day. It wasn't something that was just going to solve itself. I had to rely on His grace. I had to trust Him for the strength to get through just the next day, just the next short period of time. The thought of leaving my house was completely overwhelming. Somehow He got me through that. He sent me people that I needed, people who had wisdom, encouragement. I went to group therapy. I learnt about how the mind works. Just those tools and those people that God placed into my life are how I think I got through probably the toughest moments where I felt like things were never going to get better. To anyone who is struggling with anxiety, I would say to get around people who have godly wisdom and who will encourage you along, people who will listen to you. Absolutely pray and get by yourself and figure out what is the underlying cause of the issue. I would say to journal and take those thoughts captive and confront them head on. Just leave them at the foot of the cross. Rely on God for every tiny thing that you need, every little bit of courage that you need from Him and His grace. You are not on your own and you never have been. Hope is still here.